We are chomping at the bit and ready to go.
We got some good news and some bad news.
But the weather has other plans for us.
So rain has really been putting us through the ringer.
It's been raining on our parade?
It's been raining on our parade.
We have a short window of sunshine.
Please don't fall in. I don't want to get all wet.
And we're going as fast as we possibly can. When things go fast and we rush, we tend to make mistakes. But whatever the weather, we'll weather it together. What do you think your pulse is at right now?
580.
580?
95.
95? Wow. Brandon's just chilling. That's amazing.
Brandon's is at 95. That's what mine's at when I'm standing still.
Yeah.
So you're the fire, you're the flare, you're the song inside my head, and I will taste every note. You're so good, you're in my head, and you're the fire, you're the flare, you're the song inside my head, and I will taste every note. Feels so good when you're in my head.
Good morning, everybody. We are waking up to a wet morning. It has downpoured all night long. Not just like a little sprinkle, not just a dusting, torrential monsoon downpour all night long. And of course, this morning is when we were scheduled to get the waterproofing done on the back of the addition. When they showed up this morning, things were not looking good, and they basically said it was way too wet and they couldn't do it. Trent talked through a couple options with them, and I think we're gonna get 90% of it done. We'll see if it continues to dry out throughout the day. Not exactly sure.
So I've been stuck forever, it seems like forever. I'm ready to fire the signal, pick me up.
One of the main problems is that it's been raining so much that a lot of dirt has sloughed down against the back wall of the addition and covered up the footing, which needs to be exposed for the waterproofing to happen. So Grayson, Brandon, and Trent are back here digging it out. Super muddy, super wet, super messy, but it needs to happen.
If they can get all that mud moved away from the wall, like 6 inches to a foot, you can spray that down on the crack.
Only if there's not going to be water dripping in there. If water's going to get in there in the next 24 hours, it's just going to wash it away.
Okay.
And I will taste every note. Feels so good when you're in my head.
Even if it stops raining, there's still just water pooling all over the foundation and the footings. So now Trent is trying to create some drainage paths. We were already going to put in a drain system, like a foundation drain, but there's just been so much water recently. It's hard to mitigate. So they're doing what they can to create some drainage and some flow so that the water can seep away, so that the waterproofing can actually make a difference. We'll see. Really?
Not the worst.
Okay, that's good.
Well, we got some good news and some bad news. Bad news is it's been raining so much that there's standing water and silt and dirt and mud all over the back of the foundation. So the waterproofing guys were like, hey, until this water dries up, if we spray this membrane and it cures, there'll be space between the membrane and the concrete, and you'll be able to just peel it up. Water will get behind it, it'll just be a waste. So they're gonna have to come back another day, do the back of the foundation. I was able to convince them to do the front of the foundation and some of the foundation over here, which means we should be able to backfill against that wall, start getting gravel up here, start leveling the gravel out so we can start framing and putting in our beams and our floor.
Cool, okay.
There's not really much we could have done. It rained really hard in the middle of the night last night, just our luck, the day before the waterproofing guys are coming. So rain has really been putting us through the ringer, but
It's been raining on our parade?
it's been raining on our parade, let's just say that.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hearts, they were twisted and tangled in a telephone line.
Oh, hi,
Way
bud.
past bedtime.
Good morning, Leo.
What are you doing?
Hey, don't bite Dada's pants. Don't bite Dada's leg.
Leo.
Butterflies wake with me in the morning. Oh, how long has it been since they've been around?
Gonna go for a walk?
The smell of
Are you going for a walk with
roasting
Aunt Jennifer?
coffee in the air.
Whoa.
I was there. Oh, where will you go, my dear, in the night? 'Cause I can't sleep a second in the light. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Silence, twisting sentences. The life's getting lost amongst the telephone lines. Blind is mine, so I'm just hoping that my mind works still.
Throw a rock.
Your foot in there.
Put my entire foot in there.
Yeah, you got muck boots.
I'm gonna be all wet. Yeah, do that.
Not stepping in there.
Oh,
Oh,
Brandon.
Please don't fall in. I don't want to get all wet.
Oh. So close.
I don't know what else is holding it.
On the back side? You got all four?
I thought I did.
It's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. I get that you're excited, Trent, but you really can't go snowmobiling on the dirt roads.
Actually, I can.
Laid under the willow tree, the last weekend of summer. The empire at our fingertips, the autumn to discover. If I would have had the worthiness to be the perfect.
Oh no!
What is holding it?
Is there another layer down underneath the water?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah!
Perfect.
Woo! All right. Easier than I expected.
You didn't even have to get wet.
I know. Today is the day. Things are happening. We're starting bright and early. It's a little warmer than I was expecting, but it's not raining, and we'll take it. Of course, it rained last night, so everything is super wet and muddy. At this point, we just don't have any time to waste, so we are moving forward regardless of how muddy it is. It's very exciting. Ugh. Mucho chocolate. Oh, gross. So even though we didn't waterproof the entire foundation, we were able to get enough done to backfill today most of the walls and start to put gravel inside the foundation so that we can start to roll the joists and install a floor.
Thank you.
Come in, rubber ducky.
Thank you.
What's your plan here? You're going straight up?
I'm just gonna try and position myself so I can start pushing dirt off this hill into the backfill zone.
All right.
I'm just trying to build a road to the left of the pipe.
Okay.
where I can drive the skid steer.
Okay.
So I just need to backfill that whole corner.
You're not gonna dump any on the right of the pipe?
I'm gonna try not to, yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to get it under the pipe, but I don't want to cover the pipe because we just have to trench out from there.
But
And I don't have enough dirt here to backfill that whole thing anyway.
I mean, maybe up to the pipe at least.
Yeah, yeah.
okay, here's the handoff.
Thank
Okay.
you.
You might remember for a few weeks earlier this summer, we had a robin's nest perched on a ladder on the side of the garage, and we were just kind of like monitoring their little family, and one egg hatched and one little baby bird was getting fed, and then it just disappeared. And we were so worried something got eaten or something happened to it. And a lot of you guys were saying it's about a 12 to 14 day period from the time a robin's egg hatches to when it leaves the nest. Maybe it was totally fine and just spread its wings and flew away. That's what we're gonna believe anyway. I did read a few other comments that sometimes robins lay a second clutch of eggs later in the season. So we left the nest there in case they were gonna come back. It's been a long time. We haven't seen any robins or any activity, so we had to move the nest because we were starting to backfill and regrade today. But I would like to believe that that little robin baby is off enjoying some patch of the world somewhere.
When I was having the time of my life, just felt I wasn't there. I try to hold back the ego inside, but I know it isn't fair. You didn't know I was watching. I didn't mean to sneak around. But now I'm glad that it hit me, 'cause I can't believe what I found.
Even though we weren't able to completely finish the waterproofing on the back wall of the addition, what's exciting is we were able to get all of the waterproofing done up front, kind of where the skid steer is right now, and where I'm standing. So we can backfill these areas all the way up against the concrete wall and start pouring in gravel. Once we have gravel in the floor, we can frame above it. Maybe we'll get that far today. That would be cool.
All right, so we got our little ramp built here. We've been able to take the skid steer and get a bunch of the gravel thrown into the foundation back here. Now these guys are spreading out all the gravel so that it's level with our footings. And then I think we're gonna put down some insulation and like some plastic or a tarp or something that is gonna stop any moisture from wicking up into the crawl space and making it all damp and gross. So we're gonna try and get all that gravel leveled out right now. I'm actually gonna jump back in the excavator and try and go on the other side of the house and start trying to backfill where all of our piers for the deck are on that side of the house. And hopefully I'll be able to gain some access back behind there, and then maybe we'll be able to take the skid steer and get gravel on the other side of the foundation.
do a pulse check. What do you think your pulse is at right now?
580.
580?
I'll tell you, well, I've already walked 10,000 steps today.
Wow, you're getting them in. All right, well, mine's at 137. Grayson's at 580. Yeah, we're doing a pulse check. What's your pulse at?
Pulse check. I thought you were saying that's your energy levels.
Yeah, Grayson's full of energy.
95.
95? Wow. Brandon's just chilling. That's amazing.
Brandon's is at 95. That's what mine's at when I'm standing still.
Yeah, that's a resting heartbeat right there.
It's obviously not working is what that's telling us.
Flying, baby. Of course, when things go fast and we rush, we tend to make mistakes. So we're taking a moment to take a deep breath, to slow things down, to do a little bit of problem solving. I have no idea how we're gonna do this.
Basically, I just need to start taking all this dirt that's piled over here and backfilling all of these piers so that they're not giant holes that you can fall into and that fill up with water when it rains. And I'm gonna have to excavate a little bit into this hill to give myself enough space to make kind of an alleyway, a little road for the excavator and the skid steer to go around this pier and between the dirt here, which means I'm gonna have to move all these boulders.
Cool.
Which is also gonna be difficult, so get my work cut out for me.
So Trent needs to be able to fit right here where all this dirt is. And he's having a tough time moving the rocks where they are currently. So we have already like a preliminary road cut in behind this big tree. It might be easier if he can fit back here to pull rocks towards him this direction instead of from where he was a second ago. It's kind of Tetris-y. I think this might work better. He's going for the biggest rock first. Oh. Whew. Whoa. Go Trent. Wow. Okay. Woohoo! going this way because that way is scary. While Trent is working on removing rocks, pushing dirt around so we can get gravel on this side of the house, Brandon and Grayson are working on shoveling out and raking out the gravel that was poured onto this side of the house. It's a huge endeavor.
Doing pretty good. I'm trying to grade this little road section over here on the outside of these piers, and it's a little difficult. We have a little too much dirt, and I can't really backfill over here because they didn't get to finish all the waterproofing on this side because there was like some standing water. So they're gonna come back in a few days and finish all that up, and then I'll be able to fully get all the extra dirt backfilled against the building and hopefully be able to start grading away from the addition, and hopefully I can make this all work.
You're doing so good.
Like, I got the idea in my head, and if I was a professional excavator, I would know whether that idea is gonna work or not, but I'm not. So, like normal, we're just winging it.
All right, we're gonna do some group stretching.
No, that'll probably put me out of commission.
No, just down.
Yeah, Grayson can lead us in stretching.
Grayson makes it look easy because he's young.
Yeah.
When I was young, it was easy too.
Big deep breath.
Actually, the problem is it's jujitsu. Jujitsu is like,
Physically taxing.
well, it's just like really, really strenuous on your back, especially if you try really hard. And so
It's supposed to build muscle
on
though.
Wednesday I was trying extremely hard, and I just, all the muscles that like stabilize your lower back on me are so weak from being overworked that I'm like a guy that has an extremely weak back. Ah! Oh, that was a bad idea.
Wow, it's so much easier to climb in here when you're not stepping into a puddle. Look at that.
It's pretty nice in here.
Looks great. So crisp, so fresh and so clean.
What do we have to get at Home Depot?
You made the list.
You made the list.
I don't have a list.
Yeah, you do.
I have a list. One day we'll get everything on the list the first time. The day is not today.
Hey.
No way.
Nice.
My wife had died. She's around here somewhere.
Really?
Anyways, good seeing you.
What was your name?
I'm Randy.
Randy,
We just live across the highway.
Oh, cool.
Proud of you guys.
Nice. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
All right, where are the Ramset bullets?
Square washers, circle washers, ramset bullets, Titan HD anchors.
I think the ram sets are all we're getting here.
Trent and I just ran to Home Depot to pick up a couple last minute things we ran out of, and these guys are making crazy progress back here.
So we're just going ahead and finishing hammer drilling all of the bolts and holes that we need to put so that our ledgers can be fully mounted, and then we basically just have to throw on a couple 2x12 pieces that are going to hang beams, and then we can actually move on to start mounting the first beam. Very exciting.
Don't, Alika, you stay here. Do not do it. You don't need to prove anything. You're okay. Get back.
Trying to wake up from a dream.
It wouldn't have mattered if I hit it with the gun or not.
Wow.
Yeah, probably not on that one.
It was like this.
The rebar.
No, it was like this on the outside of the concrete.
Some fall and hit the ground. This is where I should belong. Inside a simple song. Running careless down the line. Beyond the brink of time.
This is how sound effects are made, in case you were wondering. I see what's going on here. Grayson's building the addition.
No, he's fixing Trent's.
He's fixing my
mess.
mistake.
Oh no, what happened?
Inchitis.
Inchitis?
Got the best of me.
Oh.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
At least we figured it out before we hung the beam.
Very true.
Well guys, it really feels like things are moving now. We're making progress. I mean, we made a little bit of progress as far as the waterproofing goes because it was wet and so they couldn't fully waterproof, but they got some of the waterproofing done. We got all of the gravel in one side of the addition. Our ledgers are hung. We've got a couple hang-ups, but we're almost ready to start hanging beams.
I know, I'm so excited to have a floor. It's so close. It's so close.
One thing that is crazy is that like in our original house build and in the garage, there were 0 beams. There was only beams, like there was no floor beams, I should say. There was no load-bearing walls, no floor beams, nothing crazy. It was just one giant box. So now that I have to like set all these floor beams, I'm a little intimidated and I'm hoping I can do it.
As long as we don't need a crane.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We did have one beam and it was the worst thing that has ever happened on this channel. So let's not think about that. But anyways, I think this is where we're going to let you guys go. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already.
Thank you guys. We love you.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios.
Come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river. Get down on your knees. Come to the mountain while taking in the view.